If the shit that he planned don't work, I'm gonna come up with something. Here at the final stop of the day, Total Wines. You can see the line started over there. My last stop of the day. We got up early, had a late night, because we don't do excuses here. We just get the job done, because this is what we signed up for.
When Unc said he want to date younger men, they killed me. What they said, what the women, what? Yeah, what I'm saying, I want to date younger women. What I said? Oh, when I want to date, when I want to date younger women.
Shannon should just step out with his boyfriend and let people know I'm bisexual, but this is who I'm with. And every now and then I experience my wild side.
You think he's a zest monster?
I definitely think he's bisexual.
50 Cent just allegedly exposed some deep secrets about Shannon Sharpe, and it's got the internet on fire. And nope, it's not just those low-key rumors. This mess is tied to a whole storm of drama circling Shannon right now. So here's the deal. On April 21st, 2025, a woman using the name Gabby or Carly on OnlyFans hit Shannon with a massive civil lawsuit. She's accusing him of multiple instances of sexual assault during their nearly 2-year relationship. And she's asking for a jaw-dropping $50 million in damages. Shannon's firing back, though. He's calling it a straight-up shakedown and swears the relationship was 100% consensual from the jump. No funny business. And it doesn't stop there. Shannon threw some names out real quick. He pointed fingers at attorney Tony Busby, accusing him of launching a calculated media takedown. According to Shannon, the same lawyer's got a history of targeting high-profile black men. He even name-dropped Jay-Z. Shannon says Busby's out here plotting to drop a 30-second clip from an alleged X-rated tape. But the twist? Shannon claims it's chopped and edited on purpose to make him look guilty and play into racist stereotypes.
This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
And guess what? Shannon's not just sitting back. He says he's gearing up to countersue for defamation. This thing is getting real messy.
What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty.
Things got so wild that Shannon Sharpe had to step away from his ESPN duties, yep, even his spot on First Take, just to deal with this lawsuit drama. But here's the sketchy part. Doesn't it seem a little too convenient that this legal bomb dropped right after he locked in a fat multi-year deal with ESPN? That new contract was supposed to level him up across the network. More shows, more spotlight, and now this mess? But that's not even the half of it. Whispers about Shannon's sexuality are making noise again, and this time it's tied to his connection with Hollywood Mugler, a well-known and openly gay celebrity stylist. The two have been spotted side by side at Lakers games, traveling together and always rocking top-tier fashion like they're about to hit a runway. But fans and gossip blogs think their bond looks way deeper than just business. And to really get what's going on, you gotta know who Hollywood Mugler is. He's not just any fashion guy. He's the same dude who made headlines for outing ex-NFL player Kerry Rhodes, who used to play for the New York Jets. That situation blew up after cozy, intimate photos of them hit the internet. And here's the kicker. Before those pics dropped, Rhodes was already fielding questions about sexuality in the league. In a chill interview, he said, "The more you grow as a person, you become secure with who you are."
I have a serious question. Okay. The NFL has been asking some of the candidates about their orientation. Yes. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a good thing. You will find that somebody will come out and say that they're, whatever the situation is. And I think it's a good thing. I think the more you grow as a person, as an individual, you become secure with who you are. And that doesn't matter what orientation is. And I think that's a good thing.
That quote aged differently once the leaks came out. What Kerry Rhodes said might have sounded respectful, but he didn't exactly shut down the idea of NFL players coming out. So when those leaked photos of him and Hollywood Mugler hit the internet, looking way more than just friendly, the public put two and two together real fast. And Mugler, he didn't hold back. In one interview, he flat out said, "Kerry Rhodes is gay." And that statement exploded online.
Kerry Rhodes is gay. I mean, anytime you lay with a person that has the same thing that you have between thy legs and you sleep with them, you're gay. But I think that I probably was the first guy that he tried, and he liked it. It was good. It really was.
Mugler didn't stop there. He later spilled even more, claiming he and Carrie had a full-on relationship. And he wasn't shy about the details either. It was all out in the open.
Nobody was uncomfortable, because if you're uncomfortable, you don't do it more than one time.
So how does this loop back to Shannon Sharpe? Here's where it gets messy. Mugler was his stylist too, but not just any stylist. They were seen courtside at NBA games, flying out together, dressed head to toe in high-end fashion. The two gave off serious power couple vibes, and people noticed. Then rumors started swirling. Mugler was suddenly flashing pricey jewelry and designer fits that didn't match his usual budget. Word is, those pieces were allegedly gifted by Shannon himself. Shannon tried to distance himself, saying he wasn't gay and that Mugler was just part of his team, but folks weren't buying it. Here's where it gets real suspicious. Shannon already had a stylist before Mugler, and on his own podcast, he even admitted he didn't buy new clothes during that time. So now people are asking, if he wasn't shopping and already had a stylist, why did he bring Hollywood Mugler in? Then things really started heating up online. One user snapped, "You say Shannon didn't do anything suspect, but he dropped a stylist he'd been with for 20 years just to bring in a gay stylist who didn't even style him? Make it make sense." Another chimed in, "A real stylist would have brought in new fits, not recycled looks that anyone could pull together from their own closet." People weren't holding back. They were calling it out left and right, saying Mugler wasn't a legit pro. No styling portfolio, no fashion industry rep, and nothing about his behavior screamed professional. One post even said, "That's not a stylist, that's a boy toy." Folks pointed out that Shannon was bringing Mugler to Lakers games, sitting courtside, and not just once. They said nobody brings their stylist to courtside seats like that. Be for real. And here's the kicker, Mugler's got history. He's already outed not one, but two NFL players, including Kerry Rhodes. That's why people started raising eyebrows hard when he got close to Shannon. But what really took things into overdrive? The fallout. Word is, once Shannon cut ties with Mugler, things got ugly. Allegedly, Mugler didn't take the breakup well at all, and in what some are calling a straight-up bitter revenge move, he started leaking secrets, trying to drag Shannon's name and flip his whole image, but a lot of folks saw through it, saying Mugler was just mad he got dropped and was out here looking for payback. But here's where it all flipped, the leaked tape. And Mugler, he swore it wasn't no accident. He came out swinging, claiming Shannon purposely recorded that tape to shut down the rumors once and for all. In a post that went viral, Mugler wrote, "Accidentally going live? When you have to open the app, swipe right, then swipe left twice and hit the button? Absolutely insanely impossible." Boom! That one sentence had people's jaws on the floor. Social media lit up. Folks ran the footage back, questioning everything. Was Shannon's mistake actually a calculated stunt that backfired? And even after cutting ties with the gay stylist, things didn't calm down. Word on the street was that Shannon was still hanging out with another dude. Another one? People couldn't believe it. The speculation just kept coming. Shannon finally broke his silence, shutting down the gay rumors hard. He said flat out the accusations were false, and just because he worked with a stylist who happened to be gay didn't mean he was.
Me?
Streets weren't convinced. Then, just when you thought this saga couldn't twist any harder, rumors popped up that 50 Cent might be sitting on real evidence about Shannon's alleged DL lifestyle. If that's true, this whole thing could explode all over again. Now, even though it might seem like 50 Cent and Shannon Sharpe never really had beef before, there's one thing people keep pointing out. 50's been known to speak out against gay relationships, saying they rub him the wrong way. And word is that exact mindset is what sparked his old school beef with Diddy way before Diddy's legal troubles ever hit the headlines. Now, yeah, it's mostly speculation at this point, but if those tapes ever actually leak, it could be huge for Shannon, and not in a good way. He's already facing serious allegations and a lawsuit that could cost him millions. Adding this kind of drama on top, it could wreck both his reputation and that unstoppable career momentum he's been riding lately. But not everyone's buying the chaos at face value. A lot of folks online are calling all of this, the leaks, the lawsuits, the rumors, a full-on smear campaign.
Running down the street like Jonathan
There
Majors.
you go. See, come on, Dad.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. And remember, I told you the drug story from when I'm in the park.
This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
They're saying this looks like a hit job on a man who's finally taking control of his own narrative, building a brand and making serious cash moves. One user posted, "This is the system attacking him from all angles. His podcast is blowing up. This is the only way they can try to destroy a masculine, self-made black man with real influence." Another wrote, "So Shannon's about to sign a $100 million podcast deal, and boom, days later they start tearing him down." Someone else added, "They really trying to get Shannon. Damn." So what's really going on here? Is Shannon just the latest target in a pattern of tearing down successful black men? And get this, some folks online are saying there might be a coordinated effort behind the scenes, a quiet group pulling strings to ruin him before he gets that major podcast bag. They're throwing around phrases like industry sabotage and media setup, and while nothing's confirmed yet, the timing of all this, way too perfect to ignore. Meanwhile, Shannon's been laying low. No big public appearances, no bold statements, just silence. And that silence, it's got people talking even more. Some say he's getting his legal team in formation. Others think he's just trying to wait out the chaos. But the streets are restless. Everyone's watching, waiting to see if this storm dies down, or if another bombshell's about to drop. One thing's for sure, this story's far from over. So now we're all left wondering, is this just smoke and mirrors? A setup? A bitter revenge plot? Or is there way more to this story than anybody's letting on?
In my perfect world, this equates to Jay-Z, where the case is ultimately dropped and Shannon is allowed to continue on First Take and continue to thrive and shine. And not just that, and have an illustrious career in the podcast stratosphere, doing Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco, doing Club Shay Shay, and ultimately gets this $100 million deal that he was all over the news about to sign just a couple of days before this report came out. In my perfect world, he moves on. And somehow, some way, we find this all to be false. But it doesn't seem like that's the way things are about to go down, considering who Mr. Busby is.
With so many voices, leaks, and shady moves flying around, it's hard to tell what's real and what's just part of the takedown. One thing's clear, Shannon Sharpe's name is everywhere right now, and this drama isn't slowing down. From lawsuits to leaked tapes to questions about who's really pulling the strings behind the scenes, this whole situation is one giant mess with way too many twists. So what do you think? Is this just another case of a powerful black man getting targeted? Or are some secrets finally catching up to him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We need to hear what y'all think about this. And hey, don't bounce just yet. Hit that like button, share this video with someone who loves the tea, and make sure to subscribe so you never miss a drop of this wild ride. Click on the next video to jump deeper into the madness surrounding your favorite names in the game. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.